is on my thing. Let me switch to the right VC so that people can hear yous. And there we go. We are now live. And people are hearing us.
Oh
and
god, why do I not have your stream tab muted?
Because it's funnier this way. And I need to switch this. I did not prepare enough because I got distracted by our pre-stream chat. I was too immersed.
Too much by.
I'm so happy that was caught on the stream.
Yeah.
You know what? If anyone in chat asks, that's definitely what happened. If anyone in chat asks, that's the only response we'll give. It was just Skog, if you would.
Tomboy pussy.
There we go.
Oh, I was like, what is that saying? And I only understood the pussy part. Tomboy pussy, beautiful.
There we go.
I kept hearing clown boy pussy.
Beautiful.
Clown boy?
Yeah.
I
don't know
mean, Mina
why.
does get a little silly sometimes.
Miss Mina is a sweetheart.
I know.
I haven't been to enough of her streams.
I don't know even who Miss Mina is.
Bug Girl.
Bug Girl,
Mantis, tomboy, yo-yos, and fun times.
Nice.
She does
I
yo-yos?
will.
Nice.
Yeah. And Bakugan.
Oh, hell yeah!
Wow,
Damn,
that is a
Bakugan.
fucking deep cut. Holy
Wow.
I love Bakugan.
Holy shit.
shit. God, I have not thought about Bakugan in years.
I watched the shit out of Bakugan, and the show was amazing.
Jesus.
But when you
Yeah.
tried playing the fucking game, it made no
Oh
sense.
my god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the game made no sense.
You didn't play the game. You just collected it because it was funny little magnetic toys.
You
Yeah.
played it because you
Yep.
wanted the marbles that turned into a dragon.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Speaking of Bakugan, I have one right here on my desk.
Hey,
I
let's
know
go!
Nice.
Yeah.
It's
I've-
the eyeball one.
I have
That's the only
slowly
one that
lost
survived.
all of my Bakugan over the course of many moves, and it makes me
Quick
sad.
fame.
A quick tangent, as long as we're on the subject of like Yu-Gi-Oh competitors / ripoffs. Anyone remember
I'm
Chaotic?
sorry.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Chaotic.
Yeah,
Chaotic.
chaotic. Holy shit, chaotic was so cool.
Chaotic was so
Oh
weird.
my god.
I have a deck from the game.
Oh my
Really?
god.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Ancient thing, aren't you?
Yep.
You are citing the deep text to me. I
I was
love
there when it was written.
I sat there on
Oh.
fucking mornings. I watched that shit.
Yeah. like,
Yes.
I'm still sitting here waiting for the next season because it's stuck in this weird limbo of like the
Wait,
right
they're
owners
still
is
making
just
more
like
seasons?
well the rights
Yes.
owner says yeah I want to get it out and have more seasons of the show. It's just I need to find the people who want to like back it and like support it, and two, it's just legal shit that I'm just stuck between.
As
I
a
know that they
Bleach
also
fan,
wanna
I
bring back the card game,
understand
too.
your pain.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a minute. I need to find Lou's drawing of Mina where he did the tomboy pussy.
As someone who has waited for Bleach to return, I have faith that you as well will acquire your dream of another season.
I mean,
God.
if fucking Blood of Zeus and Young Justice can get other seasons,
I mean,
I'm really
to give
surprised
credit-
that Blood of Zeus got another season, and fucking Seis Manos has not gotten another season. Don't get me wrong,
dude,
Blood of
Seis
Zeus, I
Manos
think
is
is
so good.
Seis Manos is fantastic. I love it. And don't get me wrong, I love Blood of Zeus. I love what the animation studio has done. But why did I was surprised that the Greek like a Greek anime got picked up, but not Seis Manos.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
so
like,
weird.
All right,
you know
so
what's
I do have points to argue against this. First and foremost, I want to say Blood of Zeus, I want to say it makes more sense because it is dramatically more recent compared to the other shows mentioned. I don't know about Seis Manos, so I can't give my opinion on that. But
You need to
also,
watch it.
I would have to find it. Someone would need to send it, because I don't think it's on my Netflix. I think I'd have to use a VPN.
It should be on your Netflix because it's I watched it. It's by the same studio that did Castlevania.
Yeah.
I'll take a look for it. But I will also mention, in general, things based off of Greek mythology has famously been successful in recent media. Like Percy Jackson, the various like Clash of the Titans movies, like people always eat Greek mythology shit up, so
fair
it
point,
doesn't
yeah.
surprise
Well,
me at all.
It's actually because of like Rick Riordan and Percy Jackson that the Greek mythology came back to the spotlight and became so popular, because the retelling of the Greek mythos in a digestible way for modern readers just got more people into Greek mythology. So those who grew up with Percy Jackson just like consume more and more like Greek and Roman mythos just so much more avidly because of reading Percy Jackson. So he is in a huge part the reason why.
He is.
And like Mount Olympus,
Yeah.
or what's that comic? Oh fuck, one with Hades and Persephone.
You're gonna have to be way more
shit.
specific.
I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about.
Lore Olympus.
Lore
Olympus,
Olympus, probably.
Lore
It was-
Olympus, that's it.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was like a web novel, right?
It was a webtoon.
Webtoon, that's what it was.
As for Blood of Zeus, like it getting a season 2 is great. My issue with it is that they shadow dropped season 2.
Yeah.
They didn't
They did, yeah.
announce it at all.
Yeah. They hyped up Blood of Zeus. They were like so excited about it, and then I'm just looking around Netflix one day looking for horror movies to watch, and they just see new episodes for Blood of Zeus, and I'm like, fucking what?
Yeah, like my roommate and I, because we watched Blood of Zeus season 1, we were just like, man, that was actually really good. And then like, because it was during COVID, and all of a sudden, like after COVID ended, after the like lockdown ended, I should say, like a year later, we're just scrolling on Netflix, and then hey, Blood of Zeus has a new season. Fucking what?
Yep.
By the way,
And-
for those who are unfamiliar with Mina in the chat, I want you guys to be expressly aware of the fact that this is not how Lou draws her normally. This
Should
is
I pull
not.
up other art of Lou drawing Mina?
Yes, because I think everyone in here will love it so much more.
Where?
In the side chat.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes,
side
stream.
chat.
Give me a minute. I'll
Beautiful.
start scrolling through Lou's.
Oh,
There we
Whoa.
There we go. There's the Lou
Yeah.
art.
Ah, yeah.
One sec. I'm going. I know that Lou has drawn so much more. There's also the gorilla.
Lou draws
The fucking
wonderfully. Lou draws
Gorilla.
wonderfully thick monster girls.
Touch your banana, it's man.
Him so concerned.
Here's some more Mina art.
Damn.
Yeah, so Lou has 3 brands of art. There's monstrously thick monster girls. There's a single monstrously thick monster guy. And then there's Lou hating himself. Like, that's just its own
Sounds like
genre.
any
It's
artist.
just Lou just torturing himself.
There's also some occasional shit posting.
Like, like
Yeah.
Love
oh
it.
my god.
Love it.
But yeah. Hi, Ember. But yeah, if you want delightfully, nightmare fuel art filled with monster girls who are literally staring at you with the intent to swallow you whole, then Lou is the place to go.
One moment. I'm gonna put some not safe for work here just because Sticks art.
Yes.
Nice. Damn.
Nice.
I
Sad
forget,
don't
is
use
the
Twitter anymore?
one on the left the guy or no?
No, the one on the left is Panko.
Okay.
His
Yeah, that's
daughter, wife thing, OC. The
Yeah.
pangolin.
the pangolin. The nice little sentient pine cone.
Yeah.
Adorable.
And there's Juniper.
Ooh.
Yes.
Also nice.
Don't
Lou-
mind me. I'm just gonna drink my unrendered beer.
Unfortunately, I already finished my own.
Bragi, it's barely 11. Why are you drinking?
No, I didn't say today. I said it like on a
Oh.
different day. I had some on
Okay.
Thursday. I don't do dry drinking yet.
Dry drinking or day drinking?
You
Day
said day
drinking.
drinking.
Ugh.
You should change that.
I'm just
I
gonna keep
should-
going until Grim tells me to stop.
You think I'll tell you to stop?
Giggity.
No.
Oh, excellent. Haha, they do have a blue sky. Wonderful.
Hey,
Let's
comic
go.
can also appreciate.
What?
Hmm?
I tuned out that sentence. I didn't hear it.
I said comic can also appreciate because
Uh-huh.
Lou is on Blue Sky,
Yeah.
which is also news to me. But yeah, and also for those who are bi enjoyers, Lou also draws guys getting dicks down. So
Hooray!
all right, so why
As
am
my mods like to say, I'm nerfed. I am only a girl enjoyer.
we are 20 minutes into stream? I have missed 1,400 frames, 1,500 frames already. Jesus Christ.
Jesus, your internet
think that-
hates you.
It's either your internet or it's Twitch again, because I know like a couple weeks ago, Twitch was just having the worst kind of server issues.
Jesus.
I think it's just me because I have someone's stream pulled up and it is smoothly running at 60 FPS.
Okay. Could also be OBS. I know. God, OBS has been like having issues for me lately.
I don't
It's
know
mostly
why.
probably just a Twitch thing again.
I don't
maybe.
know why, but
Because of the-
OBS doesn't save some of my settings. Every single time I open up OBS, I have to reopen all of the like side panels that I keep open. Like I have to reopen my chat box so I can see who's chatting and whatnot. I don't know why it's been doing this to me. But I digress. It is time for another read along, and we are going to party in the back alley. Do you appreciate my terribly done and pun with absolutely zero effort put into it?
What's the pun?
Beautiful.
What was it supposed to be?
That the chapter is titled "Party in the Back Alley."
Oh, I didn't realize that was... I didn't read the title, I'll be honest. I just scrolled down.
But yeah, so off stream, I did give Comic a rundown of the series of events that he was unfortunately not present for. You did catch all of it, right?
Yeah, I caught all of it. I was
Okay,
I
good.
was muted so I wouldn't interrupt.
Ah, I see. But yeah, so where we're going to leave pick up from is a week into like the very first week that this team is going to suffer amongst each other. Because suffering is definitely the correct word for what Andrew was forcing upon the rest of his team. And I love how I've already seen, technically it was the second time I've seen this, but the very first instance of the brand new edit that is apparently going to be a permanent staple of all the scripts of Black Crypt Blue. I'm just staring at it on the first page. It took me a second to see the E at the end because the blue highlight blends in so perfectly on the green highlight. But I guess it's just gonna be the staple of the scripts now.
Nice.
And so the voice actor for
Yes,
Andrew was
that's a
unable
big note.
to make it today.
Oh,
So
Don't knock my computer over. Oh god.
we're gonna wait in bated silence to ensure if Syphil's pet breaks her computer or not. Alright, so The voice actor for Andrew was unable to make it today, and he let me know of this about 16 minutes ago. So, I am going to take up Andrew for this because I think it'll be functionally impossible to just kidnap a guy to be Andrew at this point. And I've done it before, so might as well. Yes, Gug?
Could just try forcibly dragging Shadow in here. See if he's done taking his dog on a walk.
Suddenly Polish Andrew Black or Blue.
Yes.
See if he's up for it.
I will.
Make sure to let him know that there will be singing involved.
There you go. Return. There we go. You almost made a 2.4K mistake.
Oh god.
Jesus.
But so now, since you're back, Syphil, Skog is currently off seeing if Shadow is willing to sing and do voice acting for us.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, we do actually have a fairly small cast today. Thankfully, the scenes for this chapter are far more intimate in a sense. We rarely ever have like more than like 4 people in a certain scene at any real given moment in time. So there's not really much overlap to be concerned about, which is going to make it easier for a lot of people involved. Hell, after Syphils is done being Cinder, she's just gonna sit here for the entire second half of the story. And Skog doesn't even have a line until the second half of the story.
Damn.
Yep, that's the kind of intimate we have. Like, there's just basically no female characters in this. And even then, like, a lot of the male characters are like side characters that it's more just will appear for the sake of like consistency and maintaining the world building rather than being proper main characters. I really hope Comic and Caleb have understood the blatant reference I've made for one of Comic's characters. The very, very blatant reference I've made.
I mean, I have my suspicions. Is it Leon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was right then. So do you want me to just try and do that?
I mean,
Where's everybody going? Big O?
like I said, everyone is here for a good time. Whatever voice you want to do for him, go nuts, King.
And we should probably start soon because, like I said, I do have a thing that I'm gonna have to leave for, and so I can prep.
Don't worry, so do Caleb and I. We have something in like 5 hours. So yeah, let's get started. And also taking it before I start, I will basically just like split this stream in half. I will go live later today, but I'll end it once we're done with the read-along so that I can just upload just the read-along onto YouTube like I usually do instead of uploading the read-along and what we're doing afterward in the giant behemoth.
Yeah, I sometimes forget to stop recording and end up having a read-along spliced together with like, hey, here's me also playing Warframe.
Yeah. All right. So, let me grab some water to smoothen out my voice because I've only had coffee. It was Friday, the end of our first week at Beacon. My team and I had arranged to go shopping together for general supplies. There had already been some growing pains between us, though nothing we weren't either able to deal with or couldn't endure until the weekend. The Beacon, Lost and Found, did not have many sleep masks, so we workshopped ideas until Cinder convinced me to wrap a roll of spare bandages around my eyes while I slept. Despite that my 3 teammates clearly knew each other from before Beacon, it appeared this was the first time they were forced to sleep in the same room, as they seemed to surprise each other in their morning behaviors. Mercury was unquestionably the most irritable in the morning, and most especially before he got his chance to hole up in the bathroom. Cinder and Emerald both were caught off guard Wednesday morning when he had snarled at the mint-haired girl when she and him both made for the bathroom at the same time. Cinder spent most of the time in the bathroom in the mornings, usually spending almost an hour in there before coming out looking impeccable. I woke up at around the same time she did, and I usually was still in the process of removing the sleep bandages by the time I would hear the bathroom door shut for her to start her routine. Mercury took the second longest in the mornings, which seemed to surprise the two girls of the team as much as it surprised me. From the look on her face, it seemed that even Cinder didn't understand what he did for so long, despite that she was the one most invested in knowing everything. For class itself, it did not take long to learn the rhythms of the various teachers. Port was loud and long-winded, every class being nothing more than him monologuing about his experiences as a huntsman. Everyone more or less treated it as a free period, and my team all used it to get ahead in the classwork for other teachers. Cinder and I had a good back and forth for Oobleck's history, as I was the only one who could actually process what the man said, while Cinder solely gave me all the prerequisite information that I was assumed to have from previous schools. Green's stealth class was all theory, the woman starting each class by giving us a mock situation that we would have to navigate ourselves. Peach's plant studies was more accurately a rural survival course, where she explained all the various ways to keep oneself safe in the wild. Mulberry's weapons class was much more accommodating than the first class indicated, as he displayed that he enjoyed engineering and appreciated it when people actually wanted to learn. Finally, Witch's combat class was the one everyone was always the most eager for, to no one's surprise. So far, it had only been one-on-one fights, but she promised that she would start doing fights with more fighters starting next week. The first was just so she could get a grasp on where everyone was and who to pair against who. After class in the afternoons, we agreed to collectively go to the gym for most days of the week, going every day but Friday. Right after class was the busiest time of the day, around half of the first years and 2/3 of the second years going at that time. With how many machines there were, though, there were no issues about having to wait on someone else. Whenever we went, Mercury unfailingly split off to work out on his own, only joining back up once he finished his routine. Cinder walked me through how to use the equipment, as well as used me as her spotter, with Emerald always keeping close. Velvet, thankfully, was able to go at the same time we did, so we could spot each other, to Team Coffee's great pleasure. Cinder had made it clear that she was unwilling to wait around for me to get tired from what she had already seen of my stamina, so we agreed that we would leave every day once the three of them were done with their routines. We had determined an order of Cinder, Emerald, myself, then Mercury for showering, so that no one dealt with the annoyance of calling dibs. After that, we all would work on coursework either in the privacy of our dorm or in the library, as Cinder had blatantly threatened to kill one or all of us if we dragged her down by not keeping up in class. Usually, we would end up being completely done with school-related stuff by 8, and we generally kept to the dorm after that. Mercury would either play games or watch something on his scroll, and despite how they bickered, if he chose to watch something, Emerald would usually watch it with him. Cinder either would work on some sort of personal project at her desk, or go out for walks that she emphasized that she wanted us to be alone for. I went the route of socializing with the other students. Team RWBY was the most disorganized of all the teams. Weiss was the prickly star student who outdid even Cinder in how much she wanted to be prepared for class, and Yang was the lackadaisical, self-certain party gal who would either put off her homework as long as possible or get it done as quickly as she could so she could go out and have fun. Blake, whenever she wasn't provoking Weiss about how trashy the SDC was or dissing the heiress for her mild racism, would get her work out of the way so she would go back into reclusively reading. RWBY, the poor girl, also was diligent in her work, but struggled with socializing with her team. While they no longer seemed to hate each other, Weiss's icy exterior made it difficult for the Reaper to have a casual conversation, and the Scythe wielder was too awkward to want to interrupt Blake while she read. She had a great relationship with Yang, naturally, but it was a moot point considering they were siblings that had lived together their entire lives. Juniper was comparatively much better, with Ren helping them all get used to Nora's eccentric behavior, Kira clearly relaxing when she realized none of them cared about her celebrity status, and John being an empathetic and supportive leader. The only real issue they went through was John's bullying from Cardin. All of Cardinal were assholes, though it seemed that Cardin was the one that incited them to actually act. The rest of his team seemed more like the quiet dickheads that would sneer at you from the corner of the room, unwilling to actually voice their opinions, but he inspired them to get loud. After that first day, he was far more conscious of his surroundings when he harassed the other students, never pushing his luck when I was in the room. Of course, that was its own problem, as he was smart enough to only bother those he could beat in a fight, and only did it when there wasn't someone around who could stop him. That he was about upper middle of the first years in fighting ability meant that he had a lot of targets. The fact that Team Jackpot's fondest member, Tara Teese, was close to the bottom of the first years didn't help. Turning in for the night was always an easy process, each of us usually switching to our respective sleepwear once we had made the decision to stay in the dorm. Once my corner of the closet was currently things taken from the lost and found, I usually was in some haphazard mess of different colors and sizes. While Mercury would rotate between a full shirt and undershirt or being completely topless in his sleep, he always unfailingly wore loose sleeping pants tucked firmly into a pair of socks. When not going out, Emerald really liked her shorts, with a clear preference for the ones that were a bit shorter. The dark-skinned girl also wore full shirts to bed, though generally form-fitting and low-cut. I felt pretty confident she wore that type of attire entirely in the hope of getting Cinder's attention. Cinder stuck to nightgowns, always ones that stopped about halfway down her thighs. So far, only the first night did my partner sleep in anything else, and I had a sneaking feeling it was due to being wary of myself. We all went to sleep independently of each other, and I had so far always gone to bed first. We had decided on Tuesday to head out to Vale to go shopping after school on Friday for supplies that would last us the semester. It led us to now, where we were all in a bullhead flying toward Vale, discussing what we were going to buy and what shops we were going to visit. Mercury had the intent to split off, but one harsh look from Cinder had him freeze in place before agreeing to stay. Thankfully, I had already received a credit card from Glinda, though it was her own that she was loaning out to me until my card from the John Doe program came in. She had emphasized that I was to only use it for necessities. All of us were in casual clothes. Mercury, as always, had thick black pants and over a pair of dark boots. A navy blue shirt covered his chest under a leather jacket, his hands tucked into the pockets of the jacket. Emerald wore beige jeggings, which hugged her lower half tightly, open-toed sandals of the same color, and a hot red shirt with an uneven hem so that the right side hung lower than the left. Cinder was dressed in a clean brown windbreaker over a crimson v-neck and a pair of form-fitting black pants. Her usual black heels completed her outfit. I, once again, was in a thrown-on mess that even I knew was an insult to fashion. Bright green jeans that were on short and didn't reach my ankles, a pair of worn purple sneakers that had holes in the top and a frayed shoelace, and a faded yellow shirt that was loose on me with a moderately concerning brown stain by the left hip.
So we're going to be stopping at a clothing store first, get some food. After we're done there, then head to a general store to get toiletries, care products, and furniture for the dorm.
Cinder stated, her arms crossed under her bust.
Once we've acquired everything we need, we'll head directly to the dorm and put everything together. I'd prefer it to be done with all this by the end of the day, but I will accept if we finish shopping tonight and put everything together tomorrow to have it done by noon.
Sure it's a good idea to buy the furniture after the clothes? I asked.
The amount of clothes we get will determine how large a dresser we would need, and it would overall be less exhausting to only carry the heavy items at the end of the trip.
She reasoned. I shrugged in acceptance.
A mall should allow us to cover all of our bases without having to go around the city. I took the initiative to look them up and find one that has the quality supplies in every area we need.
You planned this much out for a shopping trip? I almost laughed. The bullhead landed and we promptly stepped out, myself and Cinder taking the lead, while Emerald and Mercury silently kept behind us. I was the only one out of the three of us who was unafraid to openly call Cinder out, and they generally went out of their way to stay as outsiders when I did. I didn't see a problem with it, and made it easier for me to have less infighting to deal with.
I did not wish to waste my afternoon searching for quality products, and so I took the time in Port's class to read reviews.
My partner stated.
Are you saying you would rather scour through trash?
I'm saying I wouldn't put so much effort into getting some essentials. If anything, there's a certain fun in burning time with nonsense. Good for a team to know each other outside of fighting and study.
Learning about each other comes naturally when we live together.
Only as much as you allow it, I argue back. It's easy to just close yourself off. There's a couple teams I know that already are dealing with communication issues. All 3 members of my team leveled blank stares at me.
It hasn't been a week.
Cinder deadpanned.
How incompetent must they be to already suffer infighting?
Sometimes personalities crash real bad. Sighs. The worst we've suffered so far was finding a way to get me to not accidentally wake up the entire team. We've been reasonable between each other, but think about the fact that most of the first years are straight out of high school level combat academies. You're gonna have gym junkies, pretty bitches, antisocial nerds, and Cardin is the prime example of the kind of egotistical shitheads some people are forced to live with. I'm sure if any of us were on a team with Weiss, someone would wake up with a slit throat within days. Mercury pondered that thought for a moment before he gave a half shrug of acceptance. Cinder hesitated, though her frown deepened as she continued to think about it. Emerald made a face that indicated she wanted to argue, but was finding it difficult.
It's a moot point.
My partner spoke up.
You've explained that other teams are suffering issues we are not, and that especially has nothing to do with how I organize outings.
I'm just saying, us being able to relax around each other is going to go a long way towards being a good team. I held my hands up in faux surrender.
Fine. If you want us to do activities together to make us closer as a team,
The amber-eyed woman announced as she stepped inside the mall.
then we could start with fixing your wardrobe.
You make it sound like I like borrowing from Beacons Lost and Found. Chortled. I've already been talking with Coco. We agreed to go shopping together once I get my card from the John Doe program. What outfits I'll be buying here will just be to carry me over until then. Cinder led us to a clothing store, the entrance to the mall.
As long as you stop looking like your outfit came out of a homeless camp's trash bin, it makes no difference to me.
We went over to the shirt section, and I took a moment to think while Cinder and Emerald shifted through women's shirts. Which said it'll be another week to 10 days before I get my cards, so I'll need enough to last me that long. Mercury, by this point typical for him, didn't get involved in the conversation at all to go over a rack, check the sizes, and just start grabbing shirts.
There's a laundry room accessible from the main lobby of the dorms, so enough clothes for 5 to 6 days will suffice.
So, 5 sets of everything, I thought aloud, before glancing down as I stepped up to a rack. Pulling the back of my collar around, I was barely able to make out an XL in faded bronze text, so I let it fall. The coat hangers all thankfully had the sizes labeled on them, so I picked out the large section and sifted through them to look for nice designs. A simple black shirt and a white one were no-brainers, but while looking for any that seemed more fun, a design caught my eye. Pulling it off the rack, I held it up and read it aloud, since Cinder and Emerald didn't stray. Bigger than the pit? Hell kind of tagline is this?
It's a Vacan folktale / boogeyman.
Emerald answered, sounding supremely uninterested in the myth.
Vaku?
Vacuo.
Vacuo got a problem with sinkholes. Anywhere that isn't a major city throughout groundwork has a decent chance of just giving out under your feet. No one remember where it started, but stories got spread around that the sinkholes were the work of some vague monster called the Pit. Depends on who it's being told to. It appears to punish bad children, thieves, the corrupt. You get the idea.
Yeah, I get it. Monster under your bed kind of stuff. Figuring why not, I threw the shirt onto my shoulder and continued looking. How'd you hear of it?
Born and raised in Vacuo.
The dark-skinned girl explained, stepping into view while still parsing through the shirts in front of her. A few shirts were already hanging off her left arm.
They're a superstitious lot. Never believed in any of it myself. You can only hear so much about how the monster gets the bad people before you realize it's all bullcrap.
Can't argue with that, I laughed. What about you, Cinder? This the first time you're hearing about the pit? From her position before a rack of turtlenecks, my partner shifted her gaze to the two of us, remaining silent for a long moment.
Someone I was unfortunately forced to spend a significant amount of time with was obsessed with horror movies, particularly slashers or anything gory.
She explained.
Because of him, I've seen the entire Pit franchise multiple times by proxy.
Emerald paled.
All of them?
The mint-haired girl asked with a pitying voice. Cinder looked like she wasn't certain if she wanted to be offended by the pity, before nodding as though it was the correct decision.
Including Return of the Mecha Pit.
Return of the Mecha Pit wasn't that bad.
Mercury actually chose to include himself, though when I looked over, I saw that he kept his gaze on the display for jackets.
It's better than the Pitlings spin-offs.
The Pitlings got spin-off movies?
Cinder looked disgusted by the thought.
Didn't the after-credit scene in the third movie show that only one Pitling survived and fully grew to become the next Pit in the fourth movie?
Why do you think I said the spin-off movies were the worst part of the Pit franchise?
He sneered.
They make some bullshit excuse about some of the Pitlings at the end of the Pit 3 Dig Deeper still being in their cocoons when Chris set the nest on fire, and somehow giving them fire resistance.
Emerald tilted her head at the explanation.
But the only weaklings in the pit is fire. The only weakness of the pit is fire. That would basically make them invincible.
The gray-haired man let out a single, spiteful bark of a laugh.
Yeah, they decided to write in that because the Pitlings had fire resistance. They then formed a weakness to cold and ice because I guess that's on a slider like in a video game or something.
How many movies are in the Pit franchise?
11.
Mercury spoke the word like it left a bad taste in his mouth. Cinder and Emerald both paused, looking through clothes.
There's 3 Pitling movies?
The mint-haired girl shrieked in disbelief.
Yeah.
The gray-haired man looked like he enjoyed the prospect as much as the other 2 members of my team did.
There's the Pit 2 Entrenched, the Pit 3 Dig Deeper, the Pit Back for Blood, Rise of the Mecha Pit, and Return of the Mecha Pit, plus the 3 Pitling spin-off movies, Pitlings, Pitlings 2, and Pitlings 3 The Flood. And then there's the remake, Bottomless, and its sequel, Bottomless 2 Greater Void.
Are any of them good? I wondered.
The first 2 are the least horrible.
Cinder tentatively rated.
The first 2 are the best.
Mercury agreed.
The Pitling spin-off should never have been made. Everyone pretends the Mecha Pit movies never happened, and no one can really agree on the remakes.
I've never seen any of the movies.
Emerald's revealed.
I've just overheard conversations people had about them.
Well, if you 2 are down for educating Emerald and I on the Pit movies, we could probably do a movie night.
If we ever do a movie night, the Pit movies will not be what we watch.
My partner hissed.
The first 2 may be the least horrible of the bunch, but all of them are corny and stupid while relying on the idiocy of the human characters in order to progress.
Hey, sometimes it's nice to watch stupid, I defended.
What would you put on for a movie night then?
Emerald asked.
Silence of the Beowulfs, naturally.
The Amber-eyed woman hummed.
That's barely even a horror movie.
Mercury complained. Cinder crossed her arms and sent a judgmental stare towards the gray-eyed man.
It's a psychological thriller. It doesn't reduce its own quality with cheap jump scares to interest the average audience member. It emphasizes the atmosphere and the threatening intelligence of Chatterball Lictor.
The guy's in a cage for most of the movie, and the actual killer they're going for basically isn't in the movie until the last 30 minutes.
Exactly. There's no nonsensical goose chase where the cast is assaulted by the killer multiple times and miraculously only manages to claim victory in the final encounter. They figure out who and where the killer is, and then they deal with him using appropriate numbers and strategy. It's why I loathe slashers so much. They're nothing more than exercise in frustration because the cast somehow fails to take the life of a single person.
You like ghost movies, don't you? I realized.
My favorite movies to watch are psychological thrillers,
My partner huffed, then glanced away.
but I don't mind ghost movies.
Emerald's eyes lit up, and I had to keep from laughing as the girl sneakily pulled out her scroll and started tapping away at it. There was no doubt in my mind that she was looking up ghost movies. Well, we've got Cinder's vote then. Merc, what about you? You get the remote for a movie there. What are you putting up on? The man in question glanced at me for a moment before looking up in thought.
Probably one of the Slash movies.
He shrugged.
The kills are entertaining, and it's always fun to trying to figure out who the killer is.
At least you didn't suggest Mistral Machete Massacre.
Cinder shuddered.
The one I mentioned earlier who was obsessed with horror. Can't get enough of it. He'd watch it every minute of the day if he could.
It's just a family of hicks that kill people and skin them. The only really interesting part of the movie is the practical effects.
The gray-haired man waved away.
Well, the practical effects is why he loves it so much.
My partner sighed. Laughing at the newfound banter, I turned to Emerald. Alright, you're the last one up, Emerald. It's your movie night vote. Dark-skinned girl stiffened and silently turned wide eyes toward Cinder, who had already returned to peering at turtlenecks. She bit her lip as she struggled with some internal thing before shrinking in on herself and trying to hide behind the rack she was in front of.
Cruel corpses?
She voiced nervously. Both Cinder and Mercury paused in what they were doing to stare at her.
And it barely even counts as a horror movie.
My partner stated. When Emerald anxiously looked away, Mercury got a sinister smirk.
Holy crap, you're a bitch when it comes to horror, aren't you?
He grinned victoriously.
Am not.
The mint-haired girl snapped immediately before retreating in on herself just as quickly.
I just don't see the point in spending my downtime trying to scare myself, you know?
Her excuses clearly failed as Mercury began howling with laughter.
M's a bitch with horror movies.
He wheezed.
That's fucking hilarious.
I could get into it.
She defended herself, glancing out the corner of her eye at Cinder.
I've always heard ghost movies are pretty good.
Unfortunately for Emerald, her attempts to appeal to the strategist of the team fell flat. Something seems to catch Cinder's eye, prompting her to walk over to a wall covered in small, hanging boxes slightly bigger than a hand. She looked over them for a few seconds, then pulled one off and strode over to me. When she was in front of me, she thrust out the box and I looked at it to see "Sleep Mask" written in bold text in the front.
Here, now you don't have to complain about flailing around blindly when you cover your eyes before bed.
A snort left me and I took it. She looked over what I was holding, which now included the sleep mask, the 3 shirts I had already picked out, plus a a bright green gym shirt and a higher quality black shirt that had a logo that was proudly on a noticeable amount of the clothes available. I also had 3 pairs of comfortable looking jeans.
Since you seem to be largely finished, you and Mercury can go finish up while Emerald and I get other necessities.
I caught the hint easily. Yeah, we'll grab the last of what we need, get rung up, and meet you outside. Cinder nodded approvingly as Mercury and I walked away. He seemed content to remain in silence. So, since we're now definitely gonna scare the shit out of Emerald's ideas, I asked with a smirk. He matched my grin. He's broken the ice. He's getting them to open up finally. And it's because of horror movies. After we were
very
you and all those
you
references.
thing.
Now see, here's
So
a funny
many.
thing. Here's a really funny thing. One of those things Was not a reference at all. It was foreshadowing.
Mhm.
Ooh.
After we were all rung up and done with clothes shopping, we had easily decided to have lunch at a pizza shop, as it was the cheapest for all of us to eat, and none of us really wanted to spend more money when we were already expecting to spend a lot. I can hear Vex's voice in my head getting mad because that sentence was 4 lines. Mercury and I
You just need to
each.
summon her, you know that, right?
I hope I do, it'll be funny. Mercury and I each got a large soda as a drink. Cinder got a cup of water, and Emerald ordered herself a chocolate milkshake, while we all agreed on a simple pepperoni pizza was good enough to split. While eating, Cinder and I ended up deciding that a small four-drawer dresser could hold our respective underwear, and we could use the closet space to hang our clothes in chosen corners. In terms of furniture, we needed nothing else, so we agreed to grab that last while we got more simple stuff. It was while we were at the general store that something unexpected came up. I was leaning on the cart we grabbed, waiting in the beauty care aisle while the rest of my team picked out products and dumped them in the cart. Well, Mercury carelessly dumped a bottle of 2-in-1 shampoo and body wash into the cart, then leaned against the opposite side of the cart with me. Cinder was comparing 2 bottles of body wash, having already filled the cart with several different hair care products, and Emerald's watched from the side, her corner of the cart having been filled with a smaller selection of bottles that were also significantly cheaper. While the gray-haired man and I blankly stared out as we waited for my partner to finish, he blinked and straightened before looking over at me.
Wait, I just noticed. You haven't grabbed anything.
He pointed out. Emerald shifted on her feet to look back at me in a mix of surprise and disgust, while Cinder stiffened completely.
And the only stuff in the bathroom is either Cinder's, Emerald's, or mine. One of us definitely would have noticed if you were using our stuff.
I gave a half-hearted shrug. Water and high pressure does the job just as well, doesn't it? At my comment, Cinder snapped around. Such intense fear in her eyes that it caught a flash of orange flame. Biffles?
Oh no, Syphils is dead.
Oh no.
R.I.P. Syphils.
Syphils, did your pet did your pet kill you, Syphils?
Oh my god.
Syphils!
No.
Did Syphils just mute her mic and not realize?
Maybe.
See any message in the side chat?
I returned.
There we go.
No.
Sorry.
We thought you had died.
I wish. Okay.
Jeez.
All right, and it's at the that point there.
It is your line.
Yeah, I'm just reading. You haven't properly washed yourself this entire week?
She slammed the 2 bottles in her hands down onto the shelf and stomped up to me. I was undaunted. Fresh at the shower is decent. Water is more than hot enough, and it's not like I've gotten dirty from anything. One of her eyes twitched, and her gaze flicked up to my hair, then my exposed collarbone, then back up to my face.
In the past week, you have accumulated 9 hours of intense physical exertion, and you're telling me you haven't scrubbed yourself clean once?
It was intense for you, I'm reminded. Every workout session we've done was basically a morning stroll to me. Her glare intensified, but she kept from making any more remarks for several long seconds. Then her head fell into her hands in despair.
Moronic forest hick.
She shouted as she lifted her head and spun her heel to stomp back to the shelves. However, she stood in front of the men's section. I blinked in confusion as she grabbed bottles and began looking them over.
Get over here. I need to get a closer look at your skin and hair.
My partner spat. I glanced over at Mercury, who waited for me to do as ordered. A look towards Emerald showed she had not stopped looking at me with disgust. Shrugging, I pushed off from the cart and stood to Cinder's right. Alright, what do you need me to do? For a moment, she didn't appear to hear me. Then, she returns the left bottle to the shelf, moved the other bottle to her left hand, and blindly reached out with her now free right hands to grab my left arm. I didn't fight it as she brought my arm up to get a look at it. Wordlessly, she twisted it to get a look at my elbow, fixed my arm after a moment, then turned me toward her as she faced me. She stared intently at my face, hissed, and then forced the bottle in her hand into my left hand.
End bastard.
She mumbled under her breath spitefully, though she was close enough that I still heard it. Her eyes burned as she spoke her next sentence louder and more firmly.
When you return to the dorms, the first thing you're going to do is go into the shower with everything I get you, and you're going to use every damn bottle. This is body wash, and you will use it second to last.
Got it, I acknowledged. Cinder nodded in approval and let go of my arm. From there, I looked over at Mercury and twisted my wrists outward meaningfully. He lifted one hand in a ready position, and I tossed the bottle toward him, the man catching it easily before depositing the bottle into the cart. I then watched Cinder look over the bottles on the shelf for a few more seconds until she grabbed the bottle and thrust it at me.
Body scrub. Use it after body wash.
I took it from her hand and tossed it to Mercury without looking away, hearing him catch it and then put it in the cart. Cinder leans down and picked up a lime green sponge and a rope, handing that to me as well.
Lufa, you pour the body scrub and body wash over this and use it to lather your skin. Remember this color. If you use mine by accident, it'll be the last thing you do.
Once again, I accepted it and handed it to Mercury, who placed it in the cart. She straightened, faced me, and grabbed the collar of my shirt before pulling at it. The old, oversized, and incredibly worn garment simply stretched, which caused her to narrow her eyes into her glare. Going along with what I assumed she wanted me to do, I leaned down slightly so our faces were level. Her glare deepened, and she let go of my shirts to instead palm the top of my head and tilt my head down so that she was staring directly at my hair. Her fingers brushed through my hair and lifted the locks in a few places, then I heard the sound of a bottle being lifted off a shelf. After a few moments, the bottle was placed back down and another was picked up. This happened 2 more times before she shoved whichever one she picked down into my field of view.
Shampoo. Use first.
Just like the previous items, it was passed to me, then Mercury, then to the cart. Almost immediately, another bottle was picked up and put in front of me.
Conditioner. Use after shampoo and before the body wash.
Cinder let go of my head, so I treated that as an indicator that she was done probing at my hair. I stood up straight as I tossed the conditioner at the gray-haired man, who once again put it directly in the cart. My partner placed her hands on her hips.
Now what was the order?
Shampoo, conditioner, body wash, body scrub, I listed. She nodded approvingly.
Good boy.
Cinder turns to Mercury.
Are there any male care products you would need that I wouldn't be aware of?
Do I not get an opinion on this? Yes.
You forfeited the value of your opinion when you neglected to wash yourself for a week.
He stated firmly.
Nah, showering is it.
Mercury announced.
He's got his own toothbrush, toothpaste, and deodorant.
Isn't cologne important?
She questioned.
It's basically the male version of perfume.
She nodded in understanding of his answer, clearly writing it off as unnecessary.
The dresser is the last thing we need, isn't it?
Yeah, I confirmed, stepping over to the cart to list off what was inside. We've got clothes, care supplies, spare towels, stuff for the gym, cleaning supplies, a few mecha shipped maintenance kits, a few variety cases of dust, shotgun shells for Mercury, revolver ammo for Emerald, and a first aid kit since you were so adamant about getting one. Well, hello! Hi everyone, I am Grimlock Bragi, the Forgotten King of Stories, and welcome to my campfire. Today we are doing a read-along of what a story I have read by the name of Fame. We are on the 7th chapter in this, and thank you all for the raid, Lily. I'm so happy. I was lurking in your stream. You were doing
Hey,
your
Lily,
own,
how's it
reading
going?
the stream, weren't you? Ah, it's just a
Hello.
Mario Kart
Hello.
World?
Oh my god, Lily, hello!
Yeah, let's do a shout out.
A Mario Kart, you better been in first place every single race, or I swear to God,
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna run you over.
All right, Frosty says.
All that matters is that everyone had fun.
Nah, first
Exactly.
place.
First place or
First place
nothing.
If
or
you're not
bust.
first, you're last.
Yeah, exactly.
Read a couple
And
of
you
chapters
better
of
be either
Carmilla.
Toad or Shy Guy.
Read a couple of chapters of Carmilla by Sheridan Lefanu.
Sher- Yeah, Sheridan Lefanu. One of the first
Nice.
vampire stories, actually.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it
Fun.
predates Dracula by 2 decades, I think.
Impressive. Yeah, I was there when she was I was looking at her streams when she was reading out like the original like Dracula with Orlok and
Yeah.
whatnot.
It's also very sapphic, too.
Yes, so
Yo,
she was
gay?
vampire Waluigi.
Beautiful.
I mean, Skog, did you not know Carmilla is like the gayest vampire to have ever vampired?
Do I look like someone who's familiar with classic literature?
I figured you would be.
Nah, that's Vex and I.
See, Skog, I didn't think you'd be into classic literature. I thought you'd be into gay literature.
Yeah. I figured you'd be the sort that be like, yeah, I'm not into classic literature, but then you mention a single gay one and you could start spouting off everything about it.
Yeah, so Carmilla's whole thing is that, like, obviously the book's based on, like, the historical person of Elizabeth Bathory, and her whole thing was that she believed the, like, cure to, like, eternal youth was to bathe in the blood of specifically virginal women.
Yeah. She was one of the first, she was one of the, first recorded serial killers in history.
Yeah. She is credited with making the Iron Maiden, I believe, or at least using it a lot. One of the two.
Don't know about that, but I know her methods of
first hand.
bloodletting and torture were like notorious.
Yeah. But yeah, like, it's literally her entire thing was that she was so gay coded, like, they made her so gay coded because she's like, no, it can't be from a non-virgin and it can't be from a guy. It specifically has to be a virgin woman.
Yeah.
That pussy need to be fresh, otherwise I can't get young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see that they're all in ad jail, so I'll wait a minute and a half, and while we do that, I'm going to get some water.
I'm gonna start eating my fucking sweet potato rolls.
Ooh.
I see you looking at me, dog. You ain't getting this.
I'm sorry,
sweet
are you
potato food
committing
good for
animal
doggos?
abuse live on stream?
Sure, why not? Come here, Blue. I'll smack you. Come here. Come here.
How could you
Here,
do
here.
this?
Come here, Mr. Blue. Very easily. He's 70 pounds. Anything I can do to him, he can handle and just look at me like, what you do that for?
What?
That doesn't make it any nicer.
I just came back. What?
Syphilis is
about beating
committing
my-
animal abuse.
What's she
Yeah, I'm
doing?
beating my dog.
How are you beating
Animal
your dog?
abuse.
I was patting the side of his head.
Oh, it's just normal behavior.
He's got a
Especially,
big head.
especially if they're like a bigger dog, just like giving them a good smack will just get them immediately into play mode.
Yeah.
She
Nope,
was
probably not him.
denying them a treat.
He cannot have this. If he were to get this, he'd probably start shitting on my carpet. Then that's where you get an actual beating.
Oh, whoa. I
It's
wonder.
sweet potato. Yeah, that's a lot of fiber for a dog.
Yeah.
It's
But-
more anytime I give this dog people food, he poops himself. So he
Ah.
doesn't get people food as treats.
Ah, I see. Yeah, that makes
Who
sense.
abandoned?
Return from
Who took
ad
my-
purgatory.
Who left?
Yay!
Who took my statement seriously?
I did.
Oh, it was B. B disappeared.
Oh,
Oh, there's B.
there we go.
I hit the wrong tab.
I see.
I
But
got soy sauce on my fucking hand.
Oh, are we playing soundboard sounds again?
Do it.
Are you gonna hit the tomboy pussy again?
there we go.
Yeah.
But now that everyone has returned from ad purgatory, we are doing our bi-weekly read-alongs where we read through chapters of stories I myself have written. And the one we have been working on is a rewrite of the show RWBY. And currently we are 7 chapters into it. We're still in like the first week of like the main cast getting to know each other. And currently in this exact sequence, they are at the mall, and Andrew, the main character Andrew's partner, is getting really fucking mad at him because he doesn't know how to shower properly.
Guys, remember, if there are any guys in chat, don't get 2-in-1 shampoo.
Yeah.
Shampoo and conditioner. That's really bad for your hair.
Bad for your everything.
It's bad for your everything, yeah. Get a separate shampoo and conditioner.
Don't get the 5-in-1 or the 6-in-1.
No, wait, no. If you
I'm
no,
gonna
if you
get
can
the
see the
25-in-1. Thank
no,
you.
if you see a 5-in-1, that shampoo, conditioner, body wash, deodorant, WD-40.
Exactly.
Use it all.
Yeah, we can still make
WD-40.
that stuff. If you can't
Yeah.
put it in your food as seasoning, then it's not good.
Oh,
If you can't
God.
use it as a mayo substitute, what's the fucking point?
But
Okay, so use mayonnaise as shampoo. Got it.
well, obviously.
Mayonnaise.
Is it an instrument?
Is mayonnaise a sundry?
And also, as a genuine informative thing that I honestly believe a significant amount of people will not be aware of,
Which is
whenever you wash your hair, you need to do it twice. Because the first
Yeah.
time kind of just like gets the first layer of grime out of it, the second time properly washes your scalp.
Yeah. It's
Yes.
part of the reason why you're not supposed to wash your hair every day, though, because you dry out your scalp.
Yeah. But like I know so many people who are not aware that the statement of rinse, lather, repeat is a statement for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
The repeat is as pivotal as the rinse and lather.
so painful. Though I have so
Mhm.
much goddamn hair. It takes me like 10 minutes in the shower just to strain out all the soap once I get it in.
Shampoo's also very.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
Only
you're only
10
really
minutes?
supposed to like wash your scalp with the shampoo. You're
No,
not
it's
supposed to like put shampoo into your like separate locks.
No, not. I don't know if it's 10 minutes. It's like 10 to 15, maybe
Yeah.
20 if I'm having a bad hair day.
shampoo and
Yeah,
conditioner.
I know you're
conditioner's
pained
also
about
very
having like
expensive.
trying to wash your hair, especially like having long hair too.
As a person with long, thick, and curly hair, I can sympathize. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, yep.
I
same.
shake your
so
hand,
many-
Lily. I give you one of my sweet potato rolls.
I literally have long 4C hair. It takes me like an hour. And I
Oh,
section
oof.
it into
Yeah.
4.
Oof.
I thankfully have, like, I have an undercut, so I really only need to worry about like the top of my head these days for thick hair.
I swear I am this close to just saying fuck it and shaving my hair again. Like,
I just have short white guy hair, so.
White boy, white boy, white boy.
The token white man in the call.
Yep.
I used to have short hair, and then as I
Thank
got
you for
older,
being the diversity hire, Graham.
Hell yeah!
I used to have short hair, and then as I got older, for some reason I started growing a fro, even though I made no attempts to do that. And then eventually it just naturally grew out, and just the weight of it carried it down.
oh my god,
Oh,
yes.
yeah, that happens with my hair too because if I kind of just like let it air dry, the ends curl up quite a bit. But for the most part, the weight of my
Oh.
hair is very like long and straight, so it's kind of like this weird mix of long and wavy and then curly at the ends.
Yeah, like
Please
when
don't let your hair air dry. Please properly like towel
Actu-
dry and then blow dry it.
it depends on the hair. It
Yeah.
depends on the type of hair. Like letting your hair air dry is good for some types of hair. I have been told that by my stylist.
It's good for
Yeah.
my hair. When I let my hair air dry, it gets so nice, curly, and poofy.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, exactly. I let my hair air dry because it is the thing that is proven to work for me.
It's also fine for me.
Yeah, I also
My hair-
use hair oils in my hair, so it helps it maintain a lot of that moisture too.
Mhm.
Ooh.
I do that,
Yeah,
and I also
my-
use some coconut oil in my hair.
I have naturally like oily and naturally oily scalp, so I don't have to worry too much about hair oil. I do need to get in the habit of doing the double wash thing because of that same issue, though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You could also use coconut oil because it'd be a little bit greasier for a little while, but then your body will be like, okay, I got enough oil. I don't need to produce as much.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
but my
coconut
autism-
oil is absolutely amazing, just
Mhm.
in general for your body.
Yeah, but my
Yeah.
autism will not let me touch stuff I do not like that. It is like, ugh.
Yeah, I
I
understand.
don't like coconut
Fair.
either.
There's the ones that I use is either coconut oil, jojoba oil, black castor oil, or vitamin E.
I need to get a body scrub.
And then there's me, the mad scientist that just combines everything that works for me.
Right.
Yeah,
Ah,
I need to get a
Actually,
body scrub.
you're a potion. You're an alchemist.
I would be an alchemist, yeah, because it's like I have all of these hair oils that I use for my hair.
Oh,
I
so
have
you're
all
Hal
this
from
tea
Howl's
that I
Moving
drink.
Castle.
I'm an alchemist. I'm an apothecary.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
have.
I fully believe that Caleb would be the one to make a moving castle so he can avoid taxes.
I would.
And you would be you would be from Wales too, because isn't Hal actually from Wales?
I think they did,
Yes, I believe
I think they did
Howell
point
is
that
from
out.
Wales. Yeah, he's supposed to be Welsh.
Yeah.
I still love that
This
is
the
like
Howlin'.
the explicit reason for his house was tax evasion.
Yep.
Wasn't it also dodging the draft?
No,
That too.
was it? I thought he
It
just would have said
It
no
was
anyway.
Part tax evasion and part dodging the draft.
Ah, I see.
He just
Learning
wanted to
more
be a
every
country
day.
bum.
Yeah.
Have a good
Gonna
one,
let-
little angel. You're lyric.
Take
Yeah.
care, Lily. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
But
That's my favorite part of stuff. Just eating the entire clump of ginger.
I
Oh,
don't
I
think
love ginger,
I
yeah.
don't think my tongue would be able to tolerate that.
Oh, I love eating ginger.
Yeah.
Like,
Like I
mean, you have a
enjoy
decent blended
ginger
haircut program. I don't
ale.
think you'd appreciate spicy, any kind of spicy.
then
Okay,
again,
so what
I
I understand
use
to do
the...
to torment you, Grim, is just to eat a clump of ginger right in front of you and just let you
Wow.
watch as I nonchalantly and it's like I'm
I mean-
I'm a spice junkie.
I also use the golden mouthwash, so like the golden version of the
mhm.
mouthwash. So
I don't know what that
What?
is.
yeah, the one that has like the most like alcohol content in it, like the original.
You know,
I thought
when
that
you
wasn't
say
good for
that-
your mouth to do that.
when you
It's
say
not,
that,
yeah.
my genuine
not!
first thought was mouth washing. That
Yes!
indie horror game where the entire point was like one of the like a good amount of the cast just got drunk off of the ridiculous amount of mouthwash that they were transporting.
Exactly.
Is that
Yeah.
what happened in that game?
That's one of the many. That's
Yes.
one of the many things that happened
That's
in that
one of
game.
the many things that happens.
But yeah, using mouthwash with alcohol in it is not good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I either use
Should I
that
be
one or the purple
to,
one.
To get us back on track.
yeah.
How long
Oh,
have
yeah,
you
yeah.
been talking about mouthwash and body care?
I mean, it's an important subject. A lot of people don't know how to take care of themselves properly.
Like
One
Andrew,
final
for
tip before I get
instance.
back on track. This is for men especially. Beauty tip: wash your ass.
Well, yeah.
Please,
Get a bidet.
God.
I will say though,
Like,
he's not in the right. He's explicitly in the wrong here. But his what he believes is what is a quote unquote normal shower is basically being blasted with a pressure washer. And not like, a really strong like shower head. I mean like an actual legitimate pressure washer that would
I
like
mean-
shear things off of your skin.
I mean,
Jesus.
he's not wrong, but at the same time, he's not right.
Like I said, he's definitely not right.
Because, yes, it will quote unquote clean you, but you're not gonna be clean.
Yeah. And he's also just fundamentally wrong because he thinks that because he hasn't had quote unquote intense exercise that he hasn't been like sweating natural body oils.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And losing skin and all that, yeah.
Yeah, he's just an idiot.
He's definitely wrong on that, but
Yeah.
yes, getting blasted by a pressure washer does technically clean some, but it's just you gotta just scrub, man.
Yeah. All right, Syphils, it is your line.
What lineup were you on? Because honestly, I forgot after the talk and getting my food.
Good, since you're...
Okay. Good. Since you're the physically strongest of us, you'll be carrying the dresser.
Understated. No other reason? I smirked back, which prompted another glare.
You should not treat being filthy as a point of pride.
I'm not, I soothed. I just know when the reasonable answer isn't just a reasonable answer.
Yeah. Sorry, I was blowing my nose. Just pick up the damn dresser.
And that will be the last you hear of a Syphil slide for this chapter.
Oh boy. Well, I wish I waited to eat my rolls in because I was speedrunning that. I ate 12 rolls in like
My
I
God.
think a minute.
Must have been tasty ass rolls though.
Oh no, I have depression where food doesn't taste like anything but sand to me. It's just the concept of I'm eating this is why I'm eating it.
I understand.
It was
Fair
good
enough.
at one point. To me, it just yes, crunchy.
Crunch.
Nutrition.
Sustenance.
Crunchy fuel for the
Crunchy-
for the bone mech.
For the chitin mech, yes.
Alright. So how did you guys think of that initial, the group is finally bonding?
Andrew's an idiot.
Yes.
I love
Andrew's an
Andrew.
idiot. More you-
I want to watch
I-
the Tremors movies again.
God.
I
just need
love
all-
Andrew so much.
All of the fucking horror movie references. I'm just sitting here like, I see you. They're valid.
The
I see the
longer,
foreshadowing. I know what's gonna happen.
the longer I see you write Cinder, the more it's like, why are you just writing them like me?
I mean, Ken Cannon, she's just a bitch. She's a manipulative bitch at Cannon. That is her entire thing.
Yeah.
Why you? That's me.
To be fair, in the show, that's all she needs to be. That she's just there to be a manipulative bitch in the show.
Yeah. She's a manipulative
It's-
bitch, and I'm adding the fact that she's also a perfectionist. But I'm
Understandable.
doing that because trauma. Because anyone who
Ah.
knows of what her backstory is understands that she definitely would be the kind of person that is a perfectionist because of that trauma.
I don't think I.
Boo
got that
hoo.
far.
So. Boo hoo. I'm a perfectionist too, but you don't see me trying. I gave up. It's still there.
I gave up. Wow.
Wow.
I love Andrew so much. I've come to love Andrew. He's he's so stupid, but like in that like I start to love him in that like motherly way of like, oh God, you're so dumb, but I need to protect you.
Oh God.
You need
who's
to
that
stop him from
dumbass?
turning
Oh
a-
God, it's my dumbass.
Exactly. You have to stop him from getting into another fist fight.
No, eventually he'll find someone who can beat his ass. He'll
He
be
already
humble.
has. He has most definitely found people that could beat his ass. His entire series is literally being surrounded by people that consistently beat his ass.
Well, then he needs to be humbled further. I don't know.
That's just
He needs to
just
be
how he
humbled
is.
in the world of remnants.
This is just how he is as a person. He's a New York street rat that's super social.
I think that's why I think that's why I love him so much. It's like, oh, from one New Yorker to another. Oh, you have my heart, Andrew.
He's just a gremlin, like, we will be friends. I will eventually break you.
Exactly.
I'm from Texas. Good luck.
I want it to be known because we're so far away from it that I'm sure most of you will forget. The way Andrew properly finally becomes friends with Mercury is by actually getting into a fist fight with him.
Ah, yes. Manly bonding.
Exactly.
Alright, let us...
I'll just have them kiss.
It's dumb, but I love that trope where it's like you hate each other and then all of a sudden you get into one fist fight and it's just like, I acknowledge you.
I mean, it's something along those lines, yep. Alright, let us continue. Let's get to the actual back alley section of this pack alley. To give credit to Cinder, I felt refreshed in a way I had never experienced before after coming out of the shower. I was certain my laughter could be heard across the dorms, and she had pulled me down immediately once I stepped out of the bathroom to smell check me. But once all that was over and done with, and I was dressed in the new clothes I had just bought, it was time to enjoy the weekend. The rest of Fame had made it clear that they didn't want to join in my exploration of the Veil nightlife, which saddened me a little bit. However, I focused on the fact that it allowed me to go at my usual pace and not have to worry about someone not being into it. I found myself on a bullhead heading back to Vale, and I smiled to myself, saying that there were a few upper years on the ride with me. There was no hesitation at all in stepping up to a team of 4. Tell me you guys know some places where a guy can have some fun around here, I asked. The team all turns toward me, 3 guys and a girl.
What kind of fun you looking for?
One of the guys, a tanned man of above average height with a stocky build, asked. Someplace loud with a dance floor. They don't mind people going up on stage, even better. I answered, which prompted them all to exchange grins.
We were going to a party at juniors. Pretty sure a few of the other 4th years are going too, along with some 3rd years.
The woman of the team explained.
We don't mind the extra company if you can hold your liquor.
I won't say no to some beers, but I don't need a drink. Wait till I get up on stage and you'll see the kind of party I can make happen.
You know how to DJ or something?
Another guy with dark hair, white highlights, and a patchy stubble asked. I'm a one-man walking concert, but I don't use a mixer, I corrected, before holding out my right hand. Andrew Black or Blue, leader of Fame.
Black or blue?
The woman pooked up as she took my hand. We're gonna keep that in now. It's the new one.
Oh man.
That's the name Coco was spreading around. Said something about cutting you some slack. Isabel Evans of Violet.
Yeah, that was just so I don't get too much shit for being uninformed. From outside the kingdoms. I explained, which earned a recollective nod from the 4 in front of me, as the first guy shook my hand next.
Vince Ceruleus, leader of Violet. Now that you say it, I remember that's what Coco was saying. She's the leader of Team Coffee, one of the best teams in the school. Some people think it's not deserved because of Velvet. She's kind of shy, but that bunny's on another level as a combatant. She's practically Beacon's own Pyrrha Nikos.
He explained.
Coco's a good judge of character, though. If she says you're good people, I trust it.
Excuse me for being insensitive, but isn't the whole reason that there aren't many Faunus huntsmen that they have less aura than humans? I tilted my head as I took the second guy's hand.
Thomas Amarant, and Velvet's famously an outlier.
He passed a hand through his hair, adjusting some of the highlights.
She's got all the power you'd expect a Faunus to have, and enough aura to put her in the top 10% of the school for levels. Combined with how well she knows dust, and she's practically blessed by the brother gods.
We finished the handshake, and I held up my hand to the final member, a blonde-haired and blue-eyed man with a well-balanced build. Sorry, I frowned. This is definitely some outside of the kingdom showing, but who are the brother gods?
Leon Kenneth.
He introduced.
And if you're religious, the brother gods made everything. The god of light created plants, humans, and dust, while giving everything with a soul aura. The god of darkness created Grim, Faunus, and natural disasters. A lot of fairy tales also try to build on the brother gods, like A Girl Who Fell Through the World is a big one that explores some other world that God supposedly came from.
Something to grill Ozpin on. Whether I was certain of his trustworthiness or not, he would be the only person I knew who might have knowledge about whether these brother gods were real. I knew who might have, and the tidbit about them coming from another world was something to pay close attention to if they were real. The bullhead came to a stop, and the 5 of us left as a group. I did not fail to notice that almost all of the other students who had occupied the bullhead with us went in the same direction. Sounds interesting, hummed from me. I'll look them up tomorrow. Tonight's gonna be finding out if y'all are playing up how good Juniors is.
Juniors is the best nightclub in Vale.
Isabel defended.
There's a few others that are decent, but Juniors has the best music, the best drinks, and they've got a great policy of keeping accidents from being exposed to the public so long as you don't cause too much of a mess.
They keep shit secret from you. I raised an eyebrow. The woman's dark ponytail swayed as she leaned up to me, throwing an arm around my shoulders.
So, Juniors has a sort of unspoken agreement with Huntsman. They're a little bit on the shady side, and we all know it. But we pretend nothing is wrong as long as they don't do it in front of us, and they'll sweep most stuff we do in their building under the rug.
Ah, I get it. You guys get a place to unwind in, and they get soft immunity as long as they're not stupid.
Huh. Sorry, I was about to speak and I choked on my own spit.
That's canon.
Shit, clip it.
God, I'm dying. I'm good. I'm good. Exactly.
Vince nodded.
Also helps that we get discounts. Not enough that they're throwing away money, but cheap enough that it doesn't hurt our wallets as much.
I raised a knowing eyebrow while smirking at the fellow team leader. But it ends up balancing out because cheaper drinks means you getting more drinks, doesn't it? Four abashed smiles answered my question. Figures. As we continued walking to the nightclub, team, what I figured was Violet, pointed out several places that were decent entertainment, such as the internet cafe and the movie theater. Leon tries to emphasize how fun the escape room was, but the rest of his team didn't seem to agree. I told you, shameless. After not too long, we found our way to Junior's, which was a massive white building that had the name of the establishment in red neon right above the front doors. I instantly recognized the pair of bouncers at the front door as some of the mafia dudes from my first night in Remnant. Not very subtle with their workforce, are they? I asked.
No, they're really not.
Thomas sighed. The five of us joined the line, which thankfully was short and quick moving, and we were at the front in no time at all.
IDs.
What?
That was me.
Wait, what? Oh, that was Thomas. Oh,
Yeah. I opened my mouth and something else happened. I'm like, wait, what?
I'm so used to Gray being Mercury's that I was like, oh, hey, Gray, that's one of my lines.
I love this so much. This is why I love doing these live.
Oh, it's canon now. Caleb's the bouncer. Take it from here.
Go on, Mr. Bouncer. Say the
IDs.
line. One of the mafia dudes asked.
Hunter's discount.
Vince grunted back. The bouncers looked over the faces of everyone in Team Violet, but were stopping at mine.
He's new.
The same guard pointed out.
First year? What team are you on again?
Vince turns to me. Same.
All right,
The bouncers opened the doors for us.
you're good to go.
We walked in, myself behind the more experienced students, and I took special care to look the interior over. A dance floor was directly ahead, down a small set of stairs, and took up the majority of the space. Across the dance floor from the entrance, there was a DJ stand with an elevated platform right in front. Along the left side of the dance floor was a long bar, for bartenders manning it. Above the dance floor, there was a circular ring of multicolored lights. There were about a dozen patrons standing at the bar, being well attended to, and about triple that on the dance floor, with more trickling in from the front doors. Music thumped from the speakers, clearly controlled by the DJ at the stand. I blinked. I thought you said this was the best nightclub in the city. The four members of Violet snapped round to me.
There's already almost 50 people here, and the doors opened an hour ago.
Thomas announced. Yeah. I spoke slowly, meeting each of them in the eyes. Not even 100 people. And this music is terrible.
Okay, sure, the DJ is blatantly just replaying the set from a different DJ, but they're copying from Marshmallow.
I want to know, because I know you have your dyslexia, did you realize there's not an R in there?
No. I legitimately see that as Marshmallow.
Delightful. I mean, there was no pretending it wasn't that, but... Yep. Cool. I'm gonna assume that guy is a big deal as a DJ? I asked rhetorically, though they all nodded to confirm. Then that means none of you have ever had a party with some proper goddamn music. I stepped forward with purpose, Team Violet instinctively backing out of my path and letting me through. Now I'm definitely gonna talk with whoever owns this place to see if I can play some music.
Oh, I've got to see this.
Vince grinned.
Junior is usually behind the bar, the big guy with the short beard and mustache.
I already saw the guy that matched that description, and as I strode closer, I realized I was familiar with who he was talking to. A face-splitting grin curled across my lips, and I didn't hesitate in coming up to the man sitting at the bar and throwing my left arm over his shoulders. "Fancy meeting you here, bowler hat!" I delightfully shouted, ignoring the music nowhere near loud enough to demand it. "You here for drinking or thieving?" The man jumped in his seat, though was unable to move due to my hold.
You're the cheating brat that ruined one of my jobs last week.
At Bowler Hat's angered declaration, Junior stiffened. The brightly colored girl sitting on the other side of Bowler Hat, eating an ice cream sundae, peered at me curiously, before her heterochromatic eyes widened. A wide smile tore across her face, and she waved at me excitedly. Seeing no reason not to, despite not knowing who that was, I waved back. "I am, but also..." I pulled out a Leon card from my pocket, one I had stolen off of one of the White Fang from the mission Osmond sent me on. "I'm the guy buying you around, with the hope that you'll at least have a chat with me until it's finished." The orange-haired man stared at me in bafflement for a long moment, before his eyes shifted to the card in my hand. His eyes squinted as he looked it over, before a soft snort left him as his lip quirked up. His eyes returned to me.
What kind of chat?
Smirking, I lifted my arm off him and sat in the seat next to him, spinning so that I faced him. We had a bit of a bad introduction. I elaborated. "I'm a hick that came from fuck off nowhere, and my first night in Vale has me catch sight of a little girl fighting some guy trying to run away with as many cases of death as he can hold. I don't know who's right, I don't know who's wrong, all I know is that little girl seemed a little green, and you clearly just robbed the store. I picked the side that made sense at the time. In hindsight, you had a lot of opportunities to go for the throat and never even tried." The man that I was facing peered at me thoroughly before he tapped 2 fingers on the counter.
The name's Roman Torchwick. Pay for that whiskey I just ordered and keep talking.
He accepted. Maintaining eye contact, I slapped the Leanne on the counter. "Andrew Blackerblue. After you and whoever that was in the bullhead spitting fire like a flamethrower got out of Dodge, I ended up getting strong-armed into a deal. Got a partner I'm being forced to work with, and they're the only one feeding me information." I explained as Junior dropped 2 cubes of ice into a glass and then filled it halfway with a drink. "I'm not the kind of dumbass that blindly trusts that I'm not being bullshitted. I need someone that can verify what kind of crap I'm being fed."
You want that to be me?
He asked before taking a sip of his whiskey.
How do I know you won't do the same?
"You've got no bet in the game I'm in, and I promise that I'll be asking you for shit so stupid you'll think I was born yesterday." I reached into my pocket and slipped out another, larger Lien note, also stolen from the White Fang. "Plus, the bigger the question, the bigger the paycheck I'll hand you. I'll even add in some spice on top and give a guarantee that I won't drag you into my crap unless you some, for God's sake and reason, want to be." The man silently stared at me analytically.
You say it'll be easy work, but I'm going to need some verifying on that. Give me a freebie. Let me know what kind of shit you want me to get set straight for you.
"Very fair to me. Glanced at the card that I put on the counter. The White Fang. Partner says they're trying to demand equality through spilling blood. Not true? Roman's green eyes widened in dumbfounded shock.
Wow, you are a hick.
He breathed.
Yeah, that's about as cut and dry as you can get for what they're doing. You're not being screwed with there. The rest of your questions like that one?
I nodded.
I've got no reason to say no to a job like that. Anything else? Any sort of pull the rug moment you've been trying to keep on the low?
A shrug left my shoulders. Beyond that, all I want out of you is one small favor, I announced while leaning forward, resting my right elbow on the counter, an orange eyebrow lift.
And what kind of favor would that be?
He drawled. I rotated my right elbow and jutted out that thumb, so I was pointing at the silently watching Junior. I'll make convince this guy to let me swap with that DJ, just for one song. Green eyes filled with amusement, and he swiveled over to the nightclub owner with silent askance.
You expect me to let some brat from the sticks take over the music when I have a professional DJ? Just because you struck a deal with him?
Junior growled.
He said just one, and the doors opened barely an hour ago. If he plays like shit, you don't let him on again. Got more than enough time to get the mood going again, and you can always play it off that you're playing the broken records so the good stuff sounds better.
It's a Friday night. We get the most patrons, and most of our huntsman patrons tonight. Word could spread fast if I start playing shit music, and I'll start losing a lot of my regulars, huntsman discount or not.
I spun in the seat to face Junior. I guarantee you're not. If I get you're worried about losing numbers, but I can give you an absolute guarantee that me being on that stage will double the number of the people in this building, at least. I declared. The club owner glowered at me.
And what are you willing to lose if you're wrong?
No one's bullshitting me about your reputation. I'm one to pay in blood. The man tilted his head back at my challenge, glaring at me from over the bridge of his nose. His lips fell into a deep frown.
One song, and if you make me lose customers, I take a finger for every regular you drive out.
Rather than feel any sort of trepidation, my wild grin returned, and I slapped the counter hard enough to push me up and over the back of the seat I was in. Finally, time to start the fucking party! I smiled as I turned toward the elevated platform the DJ stand was on and sauntered over to it. As I did so, I saw the DJ press a few buttons and then lift a hand to his right ear. Must have had an earpiece, considering he looked around before locking onto me and waving me over. I wasted no time in climbing up onto the platform to join him, and I noticed a few people closest to the stage had already glanced over at me in curiosity. Perfect.
All right, party people!
The DJ spoke into a microphone once I was standing next to him, his voice filtering through the speakers surrounding the dance floor.
We got a surprise request tonight.
This bastard think he was a radio show host?
Some new guy thinks he's got the chops to play some music at the best nightclub in Vale. Juna took pity on this kid and figured we let him try one song. Let's hope he doesn't kill the mood too bad.
Oh, this fucker was gonna get it. I held out my hand for the mic, and he slapped it into my palm on his way onto the stage. I made a show of watching him leave as I held the device up to my mouth. Damn, what crawled up his ass and died? Seeing him snap his head around to glare at me over his shoulder was... Flipping him off for good measure, I turned toward the crowd. I didn't have a reputation yet to get the excitement built up before I started. Not an issue. Anyways, best nightclub in the city. Oh. I see a comic has disappeared. Ah, I see. It took me a second.
Farewell, comic.
Hi.
Anyways, best nightclub in the city. I've heard just about everyone say that when I was asking around. Now that I'm here, I have to wonder, what the fuck do the other places look like if this is what the best is? Thank you. Even from where I stood, I could see Junior's face twisted in rage. The girl sitting next to Roman, eating ice cream and dressed in bright white, pink, and brown, I see, held a hand up to her face as she seemed to snicker. Roman himself raised an eyebrow inquisitively, asking me with his eyes if I was sure I wanted to diss the place I was singing at. Even some people in the crowd booed. I'll get to them after we finish this, because like the last 3 pages, something like that. Hold on. Hear me out. I held up a placative hand. A proper nightclub is bouncing off the walls. Drinks flowing like water, night lights flashing crazy enough to get someone without epilepsy an attack, and most importantly, music thumping loud enough to hear it from outside. How else are you supposed to be drawn in if you can't tell how insane it is inside? Ah, good. I was able to spot a few acknowledging nods. Now, as far as I could tell, the drinks certainly match up to the reputation. Hell, I've already seen somebody go up back for more twice in this time I've been up here. Someone should really check that guy's okay. A couple chuckles sounded out from the crowd. The light rig is also pretty good. Not sure who's controlling them, but whoever is doing a good job. See, the issue I have is that DJ up there a moment ago is crap, and none of you even seem to realize it. I could feel the shock in the air. I didn't give it time to shift into any form of distaste. Nightclub music is supposed to be fast, loud, make you move. Flashy, it's excited. It's supposed to make your bones vibrate and your feet move till you realize it's 2 a.m. They're kicking you out so they can close the doors. My tattoos lit up with magic, brilliant and bold. The sporadic lighting of the club, they were prominent and drew attention, exactly like I wanted. Music is meant for a nightclub as bass and a beat that makes your heartbeat follow along. Something powerful, like this. With a wide grin tearing across my face, I lifted my left foot and slammed it down, magic pulsing through my veins and shooting out from my heel, escaping my body in a type of magic known only to me. An invisible wave of sound rippled across the platform I was on and pounded through the crowd, spreading until it reverberated through the entire building. It carried a sound akin to the kick of a drum, but it struck everyone it touched like they were the ones being used as the instrument. Gasps filled the air, shock and awe blossoming in the room. I took particular pride in seeing Junior lean back, his eyes wide and blinking in surprise. Roman, and who I assumed was his partner of sorts, both turned in their seats to face me, the well-dressed man's face slowly shifting into a smirk as his partner started bouncing in her seat. The song flowing through my veins started leaking out, and I started shuffling on the stage, each step bringing another pulse that made the bodies in front of me begin swaying. A damn good song will get you swaying and moving, and a damn good nightclub song will have you screaming at the top of your lungs. I continued to rattle off into the mic, unable to see where the DJ went, but fully aware he was likely seething at the stark difference between how the crowd ignored him and followed me. But you can take it a step farther, and that's how you have a fucking party, bellowed out from me, which got a few excited yells. I turned off the mic and tossed it carelessly behind me. Magic flowed through my veins. I didn't need a device to make my voice loud. Give a crowd a few rounds of drinks and you've got them loosened up. Hype them up and they're ready to move. Play them the right song and they're ready to blow. The match you need to set it all off. I paused, danced another jig, spread my arms, the glow emanating from them all the more potent in the low lighting. I clapped my hands together powerfully, then pulled them apart, magic shining between my palms and stretching into the shape of a guitar. At the spectacle, the crowd roared. A DJ that will show you how it's done. My eyes flashed with magic, delighted by the response. So, just keep your eyes on me. Let the music do its thing. With that as my final announcement, I resumed my dance, and my fingers stringing across the strings. My magic poured out beautifully, and the instruments that weren't there were heard, creating a heart-pounding symphony that had the crowd joining in so enthusiastically I was certain it could be heard outside. I wanna see your animal side. You're dealing with this. Let it all. I muted. I was actually grabbing my microphone, but I'm not repeating that. Roman's partner sprinted out of her seat to jump up onto the stage with me. She shared my savage grin, and I watched she spun on one heel once she was standing even with me. She faced the crowd, and fueled by the music that enraptured everyone else in the building, danced ecstatically. I couldn't stop myself from pausing in the singing to laugh joyously, then double down on the passion and energy. But we are alive here in Death Valley. Can you guys get the ref?
Oh.
But no Fall Out Boy enjoyers.
Honestly, I don't
No.
remember that song.
The floor shook slightly from so many people jumping up and down in sync. Whoops and hollers of excitement tore through the air. I saw the security lining the walls start bobbing their heads and feet to the beat. A pair of girls, standing protectively by the bar, one dressed in red and the other dressed in white, started dancing with each other like they didn't have a single care in the world. I couldn't smile any wider when I saw Roman sassily turn to Junior, who was visibly torn between partaking in the excitement and being annoyed that I was proving him so delightfully wrong. I saw a guard lift a hands to his earpiece before rushing for the front doors, and a few moments later, the amount of people trickling in through the door expanded into a stream of bodies. The dance floor was caked with a sea of writhing bodies, already double what it had been when I walked in, and with so much more delight emanating off of them. As well as I could while playing a guitar, I copied my new dance partner, moving along with the rhythm. Because of the instrument, I couldn't perform her cartwheels or handstands, but I was agile enough to front and backflip along with her. She delighted in it. There was a momentary lull in the music, and I used that moment to shift my grip on the guitar, holding it by the neck with my right hand as I stepped forwards to reach down to the crowd with my left. 24 hands all flung out in response, but my eyes were on the one I had seen push her way to the front, Isabel. We clasped hands and I pulled her up, the woman needing no instruction to stand at my other side, opposite Roman's partner. I swung the guitar back into position and slammed the chorus back in, the dancers at my sides happily moving to the beat. Music reverberated through the building, bursting out through the front door and the windows high above. A euphoric melody, wild and excited and vibrant and free. There was no one who wasn't taken by the feeling, every body I could see bouncing and shaking. The only ones I saw off rhythm were the ones still trying to keep pace while pouring their drinks down their throats. Some even poured someone else's drink down that person's throat. There was cheering, laughing, and oh so much movement. It was wonderful and amazing and ended far too soon. But as the girl dressed in white, pink, and brown rushed to grab the microphone from where I had tossed it and handed it to me, I knew exactly how to keep it going. Turning it back on, I pointedly looked over at Junior and smirked as I raised the device to my lips. Just one, yeah? There was a cacophony of boos and shouts of disapproval. I saw the man hang his head, shake it slightly, then defeatedly lift a thumbs up in a clear sign that I was permitted to continue. My smile broadened. Looks like I can keep going! The responsive symphony of joyous screams overtook all other sounds. There was a rustling in the crowd, and I saw a stream of movements from the crowd passing something from the back up to the stage. I stepped up to the edge, crouched down and wait, and let out a delightful laugh when I saw it was a cup filled with beer that was thrust up to me. And who is this from? I saw the girl in the red dress by the bar cup her hands around her mouth.
That first one's from me. And if you keep it going, you'll get one from my sister, too.
She announced. I figured the girl in the white dress was her sister. In acknowledgement, I stood up so they could see me clearly, lifted the glass up high, then tipped it back into my mouth. The crowd, and I assumed the sisters, screamed in encouragement as I finished it all in 15 seconds. Raising the finished glass higher, there was a second round of approval, and went over to the DJ table to place it down. Turning back, I glanced at the two on stage with me. Isabel was crouching by the edge of the platform, her back to me as she talked with Leon. He had handed her a cup filled with something blue, which she was sipping at. In her conversation, Leon glanced past her to catch what I was looking in their direction, and then he looked back at Isabel and nodded toward me. She swiftly took a deep swig of her drink, returned it to Leon, then slowly stood, sticking her ass out toward me in her eyes. The dark-haired woman topped it off with a saucy glance over her left shoulder. I cryptically smiled back at her, and then let myself be distracted by looking over at the other woman on the stage. Hey, you're a friend of Roman's, yeah? I asked. She nodded her head, maintaining her ecstatic grin, then pulled out her phone. One of my eyebrows raised as I watched her tap and swipe at it, and she flipped it around to show me. I'm so happy we did. For those who don't know, the entire joke that we were going to do was that Ian was going to do this entirely in sign language. But we do want to actually have the words spoken.
I tried like,
I caught it, but I am absolutely certain people are not going to be able to make it out if they are not looking at the script.
Okay.
We're gonna need to
Rico!
have people learn sign language and turn on their cameras for hand cams.
I'll just have a little camera at the top of the screen. It's just...
Oh, it's Rico.
Yeah. I am a big-ass nerd, Rico, and you missed me belting out Fallout Boy at the top of my lungs.
Was it top of your lungs?
Yeah?
You got some weak lungs, little guy.
You think I sing ever?
No, but that's some weak lungs. We'll fix that. No worries.
I understand. Alright. Be...
Emo nerd.
Neapolitan.
It read. My head quirked at an angle. You emo nerd, do you not appreciate the falling boy? You mute? Heterochromatic pink and brown eyes widened, then she nodded. A smirk rose onto my face, and I lifted one hand. How's my sighting? I'm a little rusty. At my question, she turned further shocked, which rapidly changed to utterly ecstatic before she raised her hands.
We're gonna be great friends.
I cackled, then held out my hand for a fist bump. She matched my energy with a manic grin and bumped her knuckles against mine. Turning back towards Isabel, I saw that she was pouting slightly. With a grin, I stepped over to her, then leaned up to her so my mouth was by her right ear. Make it to the end of the night and you'll get the private show. As I pulled away, I saw her face flush red, and her smile returned. Breathing in, I let magic sing through my veins again as I looked out toward the crowd. They had waited long enough, and it was time to poke the fire. Now that the intermission's over, who is ready for the encore? The chorus of screams immediately answered me. Let's party so hard they'll hear us in Mistral! I wasn't sure if the responsive roar was loud enough. I'd have to keep going to make sure. And that is Chapter 7 of Fame, Party in the Back Alley. With, as mentioned, or as promised, a party in a back alley. Technically.
Meow.
Woohoo!
Meow.
I want it to be known, both for comedy's sake and just so I can be a little shithead. When Caleb initially read it, he didn't even attempt to do the singing sections.
Yeah, because I don't know Fall Out Boy.
He didn't even have an attempt. He just went right past it.
Yeah, because I was like, I have no idea what I'm singing here. I don't know the tempo or anything, so I'm not gonna bother. I'm not gonna bother to try to sing this.
Yep. So yeah. So what did you guys think of the chapter and its completion?
Great job, Bragi.
Obviously, I already got you guys' opinions on the beginning section when they're at the mall, but what do you think of the party instance?
You know, I can see now why you said, like, Cinder might want to kill this guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, the whole thing of, hey, let's not bring attention to ourselves. And then I'm just going to throw an entire party where I am the center of attention to as many people as possible.
That's a
Not-
little
Yeah,
attention.
there's no
boy.
conflict of interest there.
not only that, but do so by literally dissing a professional DJ.
Yeah.
So, one at a time, the thoughts on the chapter as a whole and the progression of the story.
I really do love like your transitions. Like from the mall to the nightclub, I really do love like the way how you transition like throughout the story. Cuz it does feel like I don't know how to explain it. Like there's a different air when Andrew's at the mall versus a different air when he's at the nightclub.
Yeah.
Like, there's just a different tone, and it's like it's subtle, but it works really well.
Yeah. There is a big difference between some guys trying to break the ice and some guy who's effectively in his element exactly where he's like at his most confident.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's far more prevalent in the actual published novel that I write, that I have published, but him being a musician is much more like the core aspect of his character. Like for all like how other characters and things like this, like you can take out individual aspects, and it's like a question of like what aspect of themselves where it's like if you take out that aspect, they stop being that character. For Andrew, it's the music. If you take
Mhm.
out him being a musician, you stop having Andrew as a character. You can take out his confidence, you can take out his magic, you can take out his sass, but you take out his music and you stop being Andrew.
Mhm.
So, I am happy that that was across well. So, Syphils, how are you enjoying the story?
So far, pretty alright. I'm enjoying it. I like the club scenes are not really my just but I get what you're doing for him. Pretty cool. I liked the more interpersonal connection of the first one, and it also doesn't help that partway through the club scene I had to go walk my dog.
Ah, yeah. I'll do it.
Mr. Blue had to poop. He cried. He tackled the door.
Oh,
Oh my god, a second rate! Hello, everyone.
Hey,
I am
Red.
Grimlock
Hey!
Bragi, the Forgotten King of Stories, and welcome to my campfire. You guys caught us literally right as we finished doing our reading, but we are gonna yap and chat for a little bit, so you don't have to worry about like rating right at the end of things. But anybody who is here, feel free to sit back and relax because we just got done reading through the current chapter of Fame, which is a rewrite of the show RWBY that I have been doing. And I will slowly be writing out more chapters of it, but I've been bringing in voice actors and people who just like to hang out, like Skog, to
Hi.
act out characters and have fun reading and acting alongside just shitting around and having fun, like how we had like a 20-minute discussion about hair care. And so yeah, I saw you guys are doing your D&D session. How was that? I hope it was well. I also
There's
know
a party
it's
wipe.
No, don't hope for that. Don't be mean, Syphils.
Honestly,
nah.
knowing how Red plays, I can fully believe that it was her character who would do any party wipes.
Oof. Big oofies.
For any number of reasons. She is the definitive chaos gremlin of D&D. Bibble has a pet space whale now. Okay.
Nice.
Actually, this is the
A
perfect
space
example
whale.
since you were using Bibble. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to look up this image for you guys. But purely thanks to another model sibling of ours reminding her of the concept of Bibble, Red has made it her mission to insert this blurst little demon everywhere she can. And it's from
Aren't they from, like,
Barbie.
some kind of kid movie?
It's from Barbie.
Oh, okay.
What's the most horrific image I can use for this? Yes. This is the most horrific image I can use. And I'm putting this into the VC chat.
I want nothing to do with this cursed nonsense. Thank you very much.
Yeah, she's been making
please.
this
Oh,
into
yes,
her D&D
this thing!
games.
Yes,
Adorable.
this thing.
Yeah,
Ew.
Oh, I know this thing.
as Red
Yes.
said, our sibling reminded me I made Bibble and Pathfinder a long time ago and went, let's do it again. So now
Fucking
she is...
God.
claws that from Academy.
What?
I'm a cat.
Ah. So,
Meow meow assault.
Yeah.
Meow meow assault. Hi, Mancha.
so Red,
Why do you
in addition to just finding and creating the most cursed Bibble images and things that I've ever seen, such as Bibble pillows and things like that, she's also just been playing as Bibble in various games. For example, one of the first things she did in Final Fantasy XIV, other than trying to make every single one of the model siblings, has been to make Bibble as a playable character in Final Fantasy XIV.
Meow.
Amazing.
Yep.
Can I help you?
You can. Can you hold me?
Sure, Syphils. I'll gladly hold you.
Thank you.
All right.
I need the emotional support right now.
Oh man, they got added right at the time as mentioning the Bibble. But yeah, so Skag, it is now your time. What is your thoughts?
Yeah, that was a club scene.
I mean, you're probably the one who's
I
been to
don't-
clubs more out of all of us, so go on.
In all of my years of someone picking up a mic and singing at a bar, well, granted, these were all at karaoke bars. There's only been one time someone has actually I have witnessed someone with the charisma to actually get the attention of literally the entire bar.
Yeah, it fits Andrew to a T.
It'd be like that with bars. You just go in there for character or just for fun and to kind of make fun of people who get on stage to sing.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like if there were ever like a real life AU that I would ever do of my books, Andrew would literally just be like a rock star musician.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is who he is as a concept.
I thought you were about to say as a cunt. I was like, why is he a cunt now?
I mean, he can definitely be a cunt when he feels like it. He's from New York.
For
It's in their DNA of they can just turn that shit on like a switch.
True.
Hi, Mancha. Hi, Mancha.
Also, kiss that cat for me.
I am kissing the cat for you. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But she doesn't like kisses, funnily enough. I piss her off with enough kisses, she'll leave me alone.
You have reached your daily quota of allowed kisses. And I said for the next D&D steps never ends, but have a great rest of the stream. Thank you, Red, and thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. First off, fuck you. Excuse me? What did I even say to offend you? We're wonderful people if you're not acting like an asshole. I said New Yorkers can turn it on like a switch. I explicitly said that. Or an idiot.
Don't you start making biscuits on my knee, god damn it hurts.
Just let her make the biscuits.
No, I don't, it hurts.
Give the cat something else to make biscuits with.
I could toss her onto her sister, but her sister's just gonna be run away.
I love it when Masha just becomes the
Okay, I was gonna
star of the
say.
show of any stream.
Not even my
Yep.
stream, it's just she's just stealing the show.
Yep. I also have good news
little
for
cat.
everybody
Who's the
for the
evil
next
shit?
read along.
Who's
First
the
and
evil piece of
foremost,
shit?
it will also be an incredibly minimal cast for the next read along. We'll only need 6 total people. And I really want it to be hilariously known for specifically Skog's point of view. She has 1 single page of dialogue. So
What?
Skog will indeed, for the next read along, basically just be here and vibe.
You get to enjoy a Skog's company, and that's all
Okay, sorry, I wasn't sure how to interpret that one page. Is it just
Right, I thought you were going to say-
one-page-long monologue, or is it
Exactly.
just one
No.
or 2 lines?
No, you have a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. And it's all on
Okay.
1 single page.
It would have been so funny if it was
before I
Doug
finish, I'm
just
gonna
doing
add
a
for
one-page
Viagra.
monologue.
Red,
no,
why
knowing
did
Grim, it
you
would be
get
a
an
one
ad about
sentence
Viagra?
monologue.
Deja ahí, cabrona. Deja ahí,
It would be
lárgate.
a single sentence over 4 paragraphs.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You get the Viagra ads! Listen, I've been getting them for like days now, and it's like, stop
Why
showing
do
me
women
these
get
blowjobs!
Viagra ads?
Stop showing me that! I don't need this! I'm not the target audience!
Why do women get Viagra ads?
Leave me alone!
Why not? Everyone can get Viagra.
What it does to you is just a different matter entirely.
Grim, at some point we need to talk Pathfinder.
We do. I believe that the other collab I'll be doing is at 4 p.m. So if I end this soon, we'll have like an hour and a half to 2 hours to chat. But-
Okay, I also need to do a quick Winco run and get some lunch. Or not Winco, Costco.
Go feed yourself.
I need to treat myself to that Costco hot dog.
That Costco hot dog is pretty good.
It is.
It is. And it's still less than $2.
Exactly, it's fucking delicious.
If you raise the price of the hot dog, I will kill you.
Costco will perish.
Honestly, their chicken bake and their pizza is also really good too.
I agree, yeah. I agree.
I do have to do some edits, I believe, for the next chapter, because the decision of having everything be audible for the like text and stuff is a recent decision. So I do need to add that Comic will also be voicing Roman next chapter. But especially because of that, I want to mention I am kind of sad that granted, obviously Comic more than mentioned that he had his own reasons for why he needed to dip early, especially once he realized that his lines were over. But I am sad that I wasn't able to get his point of view on stream of like, because Andrew making a deal with Roman is going to have very lasting consequences. Very lasting consequences.
Oh no.
it's going to have a dramatic and significant impact to the story. All the
Those
way
are
up through
shitty.
all the way up through volume 7 is how long like this will have lasting consequences.
Interesting.
No, not the baby Andrew.
I mean, he's
The
not much of a
consequences
baby.
of my actions.
He's very much not much of a baby.
He's now my baby. Don't you hurt him?
I think he does more than a good enough job of doing that to himself. And I'm not talking about like emotionally, I mean just physically. This man breaks his bones and shrugs it off.
Of course.
But yeah. Next chapter will be, once again, like this one, an entirely custom-made chapter with literally no events that are original to Season 1. Because there were so few events that actually occurred in Season 1 that I'm like, I needs to have more characters interacting with each other and establishing the dynamics of how, what their relationships are in this first season. Because I will not have the opportunity to do so in later seasons. So it really needs to get this groundwork done for like these foundations cemented in. And also, next chapter, as Caleb will definitely be reminded once I say it, will have us exploring a new country.
Oh, it's that
Ooh.
chapter.
Yes. We're going to be saying hi to a lovely old cyborg who definitely doesn't get a character assassination at a particular point in the show. Yes.
I think I know the one you're talking about now.
Indeed. And to make it even more obvious, the teaser that I will give for the next chapter is that it is titled Trial of the Tin Man.
Wow.
The sigh of understanding from Skog.
The cheers to the Tin Man.
Really quick, I'm gonna go ahead and hop out. I'll be back, obviously, with Bragi later to do the fam deadlock stuff. But I'm gonna also go get food, so I'll be right back, guys. Or I'll see you guys later, rather.
Yeah.
Alright, see you
Bye.
later.
Have
See
a
ya.
good one.
I mean, I also was just making sure that we had, like, the right amount of stuff and what have you. So I also will just be raiding out right now, which will be fun because I'll be doing it twice today. But
Also, that fucker didn't hold me like he said he would.
I had caps lock on? Damn. Let me make this raid message for the chat. And I already know who we're going to be raiding out into, and they're going to be someone a bit familiar to, at the very least, everyone except B. I'm not sure if B has met this person before. But that is the raid message. Feel free to copy and paste at your leisure. And we will be raiding out into Kalia Scar,
Ooh.
who is a universe VTuber. Is that how we describe her? A universe?
Something about concept of reality.
I know she has a really
I
cool
don't know, just
model
make
that
her
she.
explain it.
Yeah, she's a really cool model that she drew up herself with his really awesome cosmic designs to it. Like, she literally looks like a fabric of space.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And she is also French and probably high and absolutely chaotic, and we love her. She is delightful. What do you think, Skog? You're more familiar. What do you think the odds are that she's high on stream right now?
I don't know. I usually think of Alex as the stoner.
I mean, Alex is, but
Yeah.
Alex definitely is so.
yeah. But either way, thank you all for stopping by my campfire. I well and truly do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, Lily Danger and Red, for raiding into me and trust me with your audience. I really appreciate it. And as always, I hope you all had a good time. Bye bye. I'll see you guys in like 3 hours.
Bye.
You messed up the timing a little bit. We still have some time. Oh, Hyperion's here.
Hey,
Hyperion's
at the
gone.
literal last second.
Other playing Unreal Tournament. Me.
At least we joined Hyperion into it.